names with these positions. One of my goals today is to separate the idea that if heel hook is one thing, it's many things put together. There's control of the hip, the mechanism of control, the retention of the knee, the ability to make our grip and expose the heel, and there's braking mechanics. So you have 4 essential skills there between entering, controlling, exposing the heel, and using our braking mechanics. We're going to learn all of that today. And then we'll learn how to defend it as well. So you're going to get a nice two-sided approach where you should have a full understanding of the leg lock. If I can get you to set your hips, please. We'll start with the most common position that you'll find yourself in when you're doing leg locks. A lot of people call this single leg X. This is an entry leg position, so this is how we can gain access to the legs. It's also referred to as an Arimi Ashigarami, which is just Japanese for an entry leg position. So it's nice for you guys to have that. I'm going to be controlling with my left foot on Stark's far hip, my right foot on top of his near hip, and my knee covering my heel as much as possible. I don't even want to worry about which grip we're using right now, because we're going to have several different variations of the grip that we can use. Right now we're focused on leg positions. I'll make a switch from Arimi Ashigarami, or single leg X, into double outside, where I can lock a triangle over Stark's hips, or I can cross my ankles. And my goal here is to leg curl my feet to my butt. Okay, so I have this strong connection to Stark's hip. Whenever we start to get into braking mechanics, you'll see how important this leg curl is. There's a couple different reasons why I would use the triangle as opposed to my ankles crossed. We'll get into that later. Okay? So now that I've gotten to double outside, I'm just going to move back and move Stark's leg from one side of my body to the other. Now we're in 50-50. Okay? Turn it this way. I'll be on my left hip or my inside hip whenever I'm in 50-50 most of the time. If I'm attacking, if I'm wanting to get out, I'm going to go to my right. And we'll look at the different reasons why later on. From 50-50, I can just pull my 2 feet to my chest, my 2 knees to my chest rather, bring them to the inside. Now I'm in a cross Ashigarami, honey hole, saddle. There's a million different names for it. I'd recommend finding one that you guys all like and using that one so everyone's speaking the same language. So from our inside or our cross Ashigarami, I can use several different leg positions. I can use a full triangle here. This will give me the most control and the least mobility. I can retract and go to an ankle-to-ankle position. It's a nice marriage of the two where I have good control and more mobility than the full triangle. If I want the most mobility and the least amount of control, I can go foot to foot. You'll see why I would want the mobility as opposed to the control in different scenarios, and why I would want control over mobility in others. A lot of the time, if I'm just putting someone into cross ashi, I'll use a full triangle to stop their initial attempt to escape, which will be their strongest. Feel their energy wane. That's whenever we can start to use one of the other leg positions. Does that make sense to everybody so far? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Awesome. So we're starting in, anybody tell me what this is called? Entry Ashigarami, sure. Or entry leg position. Where do I go next? Double outside, where I can use a full triangle, or an ankle to ankle position. And I do want my feet behind his hip as much as possible. Okay? Now I'm going to pull his leg from one side of my body to the other to go to 50-50. And from 50-50, I'll pull my knees to my chest and go to the inside with both of my feet in cross Ashigarami or saddle, whatever you guys like. So, is this how I'm going to actually transition when I'm fighting someone? Probably not. But it's a great way to learn how to move through the different leg positions that we desire. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. So we'll drill through those for a minute. Go from your entry Ashigarami all the way to the saddle. Everybody good there?
We do it one more time.
Yeah, sure.